kissing too. Yeah. I gotta scream and not that OMG. Oh yeah. Promise me something you won't kiss and tell. Yeah, I gotta scream and not that OMG. I swear, I beat that pussy like I'm out of jail. Hey, that boy Diallo Band said he beat that pussy like he out of jail. Talk, hey, any of y'all had that pussy like be like fresh out of jail? I come in with my dick in my hand.
Hey, you made me live here with my foot in your ass. I don't know, like all dick out of jail ain't what you want, boo boo. You get a little bit of that the little bacteria.
Oh man. Hey, but how y'all doing this new year? Hey, how y'all? Hey, before I get started, this is Deep Throat Conversations. Hey, and my girls, but words of J9. Hey, get your motherfucking throat wet. Yeah, hey, listen. Hey, somebody said something? Oh, you did? Okay.
I just said get it wet.
You said get it wet.
Get it wet. Get it wet. Y'all already know who I am, man. Go ahead, Kiki. Run that shit. Y'all introduce yourself. We can get this thing.
All right. My name is Kiki. I got 2 PP. Hey, and when I'm on the say now, what's up? It's your girl Kiki on here. Happy New Year, everybody. Thank you for tuning in, like, share, and subscribe. And you guys can go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Well, it is J9, Miss Trucker, on the road as always. Let's see another year. God did it again, y'all. We're here another year.
Well, he did.
And as always, I'm still wet like water.
Oh, okay. That's some good information to know.
Jesus.
The signing Fiji. Which one?
Fiji.
Oh, Fiji. Okay. You got that pH. That pH high.
I got a little dare part.
hey, but it's still wet.
it still quench that throat, yeah.
Hey, go ahead, B-Mac.
Oh yeah, I'm B-Mac. I guess you can say the short name for that. I do multiple different things, but as of right now, I'm working in the relationship realm, where I'm teaching guys how to either get their girlfriend or their wife, or just to have a fun time. I assist them, guide them to doing whatever they want to do. So, and I do other stuff as well too.
So you're the love doctor.
A love guru.
I mean, I'm trying to have them fall in love. But.
Love guru. I'm gonna update y'all. My man was on the show and got into it with somebody, so he's gonna be in Miami. When is it? February the 17th weekend. And I will be that. They got a competition going on. It's a $10,000 contest. You know, whoever pull, I guess, the most women or something like that. I don't want to put too much out there, but I'm just gonna put it out there because I ain't like the motherfucker. He was disrespecting my dog on that bit. You know what I'm saying? He was disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? So I got to be down there to see this competition.
And I need the support.
So wait, hold on. So basically it's a contest about who can get the most women?
Yes, basically it was a channel of one of this relationship coach, and they do speed dating online, and I advocate for in person out on the field. I say that's more realistic, and the stuff that they do on there, it's not real, and it can kind of hinder what you are to say and that type of thing. So as I was talking to them, this dude just comes out of nowhere and says I'm a fraud and all this other stuff, and then so it was a challenge. He thinks that he can beat me or whatever, so I'm like, okay, let's do it. So we got a bet $10,000 that I would get if I can beat this guy. Now I never said I was gonna pay anybody $10,000, but they're so sure that that this guy can destroy me that and they're gonna pay for my flight.
Y'all about to have a buffet of bitches.
Well, you gotta get your swag on. You feel me? You gotta make sure you make your tips. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Make sure you got great jogging pants on. That's a plus.
Great is a plus.
You gotta show that print.
Print.
Just start doing some jogging.
Pastor Bendover, he's known me since 6th, 7th grade, and I was really, really, really bad. and he was a master.
You know what? You should get some gray jogger pants on the front of the print. Just put like, share, and subscribe. They gonna come. They gonna come.
Hey, if you build, they will come.
They will come.
Right.
Or put North Pole, Santa's lap.
There you go. Ho, baby.
Hey, and we about to go ahead and get into this, right? But before we get into this funny shit, listen, y'all, I'm gonna be real. I want y'all to be real transparent. I know I ain't trying to get into none of y'all business, but depression is real, bro. Depression is real, stress is real, and a lot of people don't even know they be depressed half the time. You know what I'm saying?
They come out of it
and experience certain things. So if y'all want to, I'm gonna go, but if y'all can go one at a time, can you please explain a moment where you was at a down moment, depressed, and how you dealt with it, with your depression, if you ever was depressed? You know what I'm saying?
I would like to go first on that. I definitely just got out of a depression. I didn't really know, but it was like I felt like I failed because I started my business and then I had to shut my business down to go get my license and everything. But right before I shut my business down, I lost like one of my biggest clients. And that felt like a failure. And I thought I was over it. I thought I faced it and everything, but I was spiraling like the whole time. And I didn't know. And how I dealt with it, I started feeling better once I got my CDL because I got my CDL back. So that felt like I got something back that I lost. And then once I knew I was depressed because it was a lot of crying and it was just a lot of me being in my head, I began to get closer with God, burning sage, and because He's the only person that could like bring you out of that and change your mindset, because you have to change your mindset. That's the only thing that's making you depressed is yourself. You know what I mean? Like you have to put your trust in God and just say, to me, I'm gonna speak for me. My trust in God and my faith is what got me out, because I stopped relying on me and just, if you trust in Him, your future, he knows what's going to happen. So
right.
That's mine.
Okay. Any of y'all got something?
Yeah. Going through my divorce, and I had shaved myself to be this different person to fit in this category, and things got rocky, and I lost myself with everything, up and down with weight, smoking weed when I know I shouldn't be, going through these, like, just closing myself off from people. And I had to really have a real some real time to myself and God, because it was times I was like, I know it's not me, but I'm like, well, maybe it is me, because I'm going through so much elsewhere, whatever like that. But if it wasn't for my friends and God, I probably would have killed myself on this road, because I was so in tune to my mind and figuring out what, I could go back to. I changed myself. I lost myself. So now I'm finding myself again, and it feels so good to go back to the old me. But I literally just shaved my whole self off, just changed myself. I was mean, ungrateful. I was just an ugly person when I was married, because I was dealing with his negative energy. But, when I was divorced and done, I got sick. And I felt just a break in my whole spirit. It had me sick afterward. But if it wasn't for my friends and God, I would have not came out of that.
Amen.
Amen. What about you, B Mac?
I mean, my life has been the word depression has been my life. I've kind of been by myself, moving from Ohio to Indiana and then to big old California. It's a major transition. And that's really when my life started. And the God thing is really one of the biggest things ever, to have faith, because that's what gets you to wake up the next day at least wanting to start something. I also work in production though, so I live in a life of rejection, and it's so bad that you can even it's all in the mindset, because yes, in reality this is what's happening, but you got to have that faith, you got to keep going, because if you don't, that's when it officially stops, when you stop, right? So I've just learned, you know, having faith in God and then just putting in the work, and eventually it's going to work out. Not quitting and putting in the work. Certain things are out of your control. Certain relationships you have with people are for a season and a reason, and you just got to keep it pushing and keep it moving. Most people, you know, and this will be quick. Let's say, I want to say my brother, but I don't want to say my brother because I don't want to put them involved in my family. But there's certain people that are small-minded, right? So they only know a certain thing of life, and when they deal with something that's outside of that realm, they don't know how to handle that, and they get depressed and that type of thing. I feel like with me, I've kind of expanded my life to experience so much things that if I do get rejected, I understand that it's a part of growth, and I keep it pushing to get to that next level. I move, get out of the way, or find it out, and then move to the next level. So it's all about the mindset, faith, and that's what you do.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna say this, you know, because I get so, like, a lot of people don't know me. Like, certain things I talk about, like, I get really emotional on certain things. So that's one thing about me. Probably a lot of people don't know. Maybe Kiki, because we had an emotional conversation on when they get drunk. But I've been depressed a lot, not knowing. Sometimes you can be depressed a lot and not knowing, and then when you sit back and look on your reactions to things, it's like, damn, why did I react like this? You know what I'm saying? And to me personally, it's like I'm always there for people. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm always picking up my phone. I'm always there for somebody. It seemed like at the time when I need somebody, it's like, damn. Not saying they couldn't pick up the phone, maybe they will sleep or whatever. But I'm just I'm very attentive person, just to call back and do things and to check on people. You can ask Kiki, you know what I'm saying? I just check on everybody. If we have a certain relationship, I'm gonna check in with you and shit like that. But with me, sometimes people think when they see your life that you have everything together, it's like, why I need to check on him? He's straight. You know what I'm saying? People have bad tendencies of doing it. Just because a person may have this aspect of their life together don't mean they all around together. You know what I'm saying? So me, on the other hand, with Brandon, I never had any rejection, but at the same time, I've never felt let's say, like, to this day, I'm to the point like, man, what is love? How you almost 40 years old and don't know, like, what is this feeling? You know what I'm saying? And so that's always been my biggest problem, my depression state when I get into it is just I never had my mom around and shit like that. So it's just certain things like that may fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? When I think about it, it's just like my mom, or it's just like, damn, why I'm always here for somebody, but it's just never enough. You know what I'm saying? You ever been in a situation where it's like I'm giving all I can give, and this shit is never fucking enough. Like the same people I give to, the same people that disrespect me. You know what I'm saying? It's just like shit just be never enough with motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? And I just got to the point this year. I'm like, man, fuck this shit, bro. That's just where I'm at, like at a fuck it stage, and that's with kids, that's with family, and that's with.
But you know what? Sometimes it takes for you to. I know in a situation like yours, you can't really disappear, but I pretty much disappeared on everybody. I let a lot of people go because when you're a person with a big heart and you do check on everybody, nobody's really worried about you. So you already feel that's a kind of rejection. You know what I mean? Because you're like, damn, I care for them. I'm calling on them. I'm thinking, but they're only calling you when they actually need you. You know what I mean?
Right.
You have to disconnect from those people to get over those people. I know that sounds crazy, but sometimes you have to just let some people, no matter who they are, family or not, they're just meant to be in your life for a season. And people like me with big hearts and I love people, I'm like, I'm going to be there for them forever. I'm their friend or their sis forever, when they don't feel that way about me. And then when you find out they don't feel that way about you, now you're hurt. Now that sends you to like something like a depression. So you have to learn how to deal with you. Figure out why you are there for many people, because 9 times out of 10, there's a part in your life that you're not there for yourself for. You know what I mean? And that's just facts. You know what I mean? Like real talk.
Right, yeah. So every once in a while, nigga, don't get me wrong, I get my feelings. Nigga just always see that nigga silly. He on this, he doing that. But then, every once in a while, we all have a moment where you just get that peace time, and then your mind get the wondering and shit. That's why a lot of times I stay on go. Like a lot of people don't understand. People who keep themselves busy, a lot of times they try to keep themselves busy from something they're not trying to really think about, and focus on. You know what I'm saying? That's just like, it's certain things I never told Brandon. He would never in a million years think probably what I'm going through, just because this is a funny dude, man. He get chicks and we chill, but we'd be surprised at things people go through. You know what I'm saying? And to whoever's listening, sometimes when a person is trying to talk, listen to understand, don't listen to respond. People be so quick to respond. Most people who commit suicide is because nobody never listened to them. For real, like they be wanting to talk, but people always got wait. Nah, just shut the fuck up and listen.
Dang, I needed to hear that. Like, seriously.
Like everything doesn't need a response. Some people just want to vent and just get it out. No judgment. Don't respond. Just listen. You know what I'm saying? You'd be surprised how many people you may stop just from going off the edge and motherfucking killing themselves and shit like that. For real, man. Like that shit real. I never believed in depression and certain shit like that. But when that shit kick into you, it's different. I don't know, because I'm getting older and I view things a little different and shit like that. But I'll be there. Sometimes I'll be like, damn, man, that's why shit. I don't mind working 14 hours and coming home and doing videos and my mind is not steady focused on this shit. But that's how I deal with mine, though. Just keeping myself busy. But that's not a good way to deal with it, because you trying to escape. You can't escape reality. You know what I'm saying?
No.
I had a mental breakdown right before the new year. You know what I mean? And I think that everything came to a head. You know what I mean? Because we always put ourselves on this time frame because, oh my God, it's this new year. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I literally said out loud, and it took for me to say it out loud to hear myself and to understand. I said, I'm not okay. And you know what I mean? In my mind, I said, I have to have therapy. Mm-hmm. And that's something that I was always ashamed of, or I'm not about to do that, blah, blah, blah. But I've done the shadow work. I've tried healing on my own. I did as far as I can go. And like, for real, I definitely know that I need a professional to step in, because I no longer want to live in the mind frame that I can't get myself out of. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people be like, don't live in your past, don't this. And it's just like, okay, you can do so much work to get yourself out of your past. Like, I no longer live there, but there are ways that I still hold on to because I taught myself how to survive from those feelings. And so I'm still in that kind of mindset. And I think I need professionalism to like help.
And then you can't tell everybody everything, because what you're going through, nobody else can walk through your shoes. And when you're trying to ask, looking for advice, just to, hear some other words, people that's hurt or in a bad situation going to give you some bad advice. You know what I'm saying? That's a big bonus. So I had to learn to sometimes shut the fuck up and just deal with the shit on my own. I don't know, my own wrinkles, and it's going to be all right. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody got different. Well, if it was my way, it could be the same situation. A million people going to do it. It's going to be a million opinions. Right. Sometimes keeping it to you. Mm-hmm.
You know what's crazy though? In the middle of your depression, you learn something about something. You learn something about yourself, and a lot of times that's just your journey, your path to get to where you're going. So you can take a bad situation, into a good situation. But just don't if you just don't check out. If you check yourself out, you never gonna it's like every time you're trying to do something with something, it's like there's always some fuck shit that get thrown in the way. There's always a stumbling block. There's always fucking something that try to get you to not do it or come back. And I'm really learning that. You know what I'm saying? The greater the sacrifice, the bigger the reward. So I'm a firm believer in that too. So, but yeah, man. Anybody out there who dealing with, just check on your people, man. Hey, hit motherfuckers up from time to time. Ain't gotta be no everyday shit, but just check on people. You know what I'm saying? Because people will never call and see you. I did a post today just to see something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'll be here, man. Hit me up and shit like that. But you'll be surprised if you know a motherfucker. It don't take nothing to send a text to hit a motherfucker up or whatever the case may be, and just go on about your business. Like I said, you never know who life you saving. Y'all know the guy who be going around, he real funny. He be saying little jokes, he be spraying people's shoes. He got this little cleaner and it cleans every fucking thing. It's a black dude. He said when he first started, the first house he went to a lady house and she was kind of upset or whatever the case may be. He said something he was gonna leave because she was cussing him out, but he stayed, made a joke. Whatever the case may be. So she let him in the house. He said when he came in the house, she had a gun on the table. And she was like, you know what? You stopped me from killing myself. She was getting ready to kill herself. That's how that shit began with him, with that spraying shit and all that shit. With that lady was depressed. Her son had died in the military or something like that. And he was just there at the right time just to crack a joke or something. And she just changed the whole outlook on what she was doing and shit like that. So it can be something real simple just to change that. But yeah, we gonna get all that. Y'all got anything else you want to say on that before we get off that?
Wait, one thing. If somebody comes on your mind and it's like heavily on your mind, call that person, reach out to them, even if it's just to say hello or like he said, a text, because that's probably 9 times out of 10 what you're supposed to do. Okay.
All right. Now, since we got the wait.
I won't say that.
That everyone goes through something, right? A lot of times they're not going to say something. So a lot of times you're not going to know, even if you talk to them. I think everyone needs therapy because we're all going through stuff. There's things that we just are going through the motions of life. We're not taught how to react to certain situations. And so I'm huge with psychology. So I think we all, including therapists, need therapy. And when we say, "Oh, I don't need it," all the excuses, that's how you know that you haven't had it. Because if you say that you don't need it, you're wrong. So.
And plus, I hear that they got couches and like cookies and stuff, so like you can eat
this nigga.
And lemonade.
And pink lemonade. Yeah.
I'm injured, so it's dinner time. I can't move. That's why I've said I can't be that long because it's rude to be doing it in front of here. But
Well, hey, we got like 7 more minutes. We're gonna be 30 minutes a day. I don't know if Kiki got a question, but I do got a question. Since we got the relationship coach on this motherfucker, yes. I need to know. I want to get the woman's opinion too, but I'm gonna ask him, what is the major disconnect with just men and women in general? Like, what's this disconnect? Because it's like it seems like this generation now, in the time we in now, it's a major disconnect between men and women. What do you think is causing that?
I think I had mentioned this before on your podcast. I believe that, well, first of all, traditional ways of life is not how it used to be, which is the foundation of a relationship. I think that masculinity and femininity is kind of altered to where things are not the same of how it used to be. And everyone now has a particular agenda, right? And I'm going to say that it's bad for both. It's bad for both, right? So the problem is that no one wants to work with the other person. And a lot of times people are they're scorned from their previous relationships or whatever the case may be. So they're like, it's got to be this way or whatever, instead of getting the proper healing before you get into a new relationship, and realize that, you know, you have baggage or whatever the case may be. Heal from that baggage and then start into a new relationship the right way. Most people, again, they feel like they don't need the therapy, they don't need the help. It's the other person, and that is a problem. Plus social media, the influences. I don't need no man, I don't need no this, that, and the other. It makes things 10 times worse. Things are out of control, and that is the main summed up generalized problem.
I agree with you, Juju. She said that the roles, masculinity and femininity, they're just switched, and that really does feel like that. But I feel like the major disconnect between men and women is expectations out of the opposite sex.
Agendas, yeah.
I believe that's what it is, because to me, we're a lot alike. There's just a penis and vagina, and there's different roles. You know what I'm saying? But and I believe that we try not to understand us when all you have to do is just relax and get to know the person instead of looking at them as their gender. If you just relax, get to know who you are dealing with, I believe that would go a long way. Instead of, and then don't put nobody in the box. Well, if you want to do, you have to get to know that man for who he is, and not somebody you want him to be, and vice versa. That's how I feel.
I'm gonna just say, oh no, you can say whatever. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I would say that as well with everything. I agree with y'all. And there's no communication, there's no understanding, and there's no patience. You can't expect a relationship to go a certain way because, like you say, social media, certain stuff that we see on TV, it's a big influence. If you ain't got patience, understanding, and communication, y'all will never be on the same wavelength for nothing. You got to talk, communicate. Okay, I don't like this. What's your pros and cons? This, all that. It all weighs out for the longer journey of what y'all going to be. And you got to have patience. Nothing going to happen overnight. Nothing is.
There is no listening.
You said there's no listening and comprehending what's being communicated.
Right.
Let me just say, I work with, right now, I started my relationship teaching in August. So I mainly work with guys. I have one that's 27 maybe, another one 42, and then a new one is my age. He's 38. And so I think that if everyone were to look on the opposite side, let's say if you were a man, and let's say men were women, and you would actually understand the opposite perspective, would you then have more empathy for other people? I mean, for the opposite sex? Possibly, because you are actually in their shoes to realize what's going on. Now, let me just say this. These guys are very, very nervous to talk to girls. And I believe one of the things that I teach, the first lesson, is to clear your cache. Now, a lot of times, me saying this, it kind of offends women somewhat, because a lot of times it's not anything that they want to hear, but this is what I say to the guys, and is what works. But a lot of times they have to clear their cache. Now, are you familiar with clearing your cache?
I know how to clear my cache on my phone.
On your phone, computers, laptops.
Basically declutter.
The file, yes. You got to delete the files of what you've been programmed to believe and feel when it comes to attraction. Because we're programmed to believe that women are kings versus them being queens. And that makes it difficult, because women aren't attracted to men that treats them as if they're the king. They want to be the queen, and they want to respect a man that is a king. And society makes a man not portray himself to be a king because of all the demands that it entails to please the woman. Now, I always say, if you want to get a girl, you have to understand women. You have to learn them. You can't just be yourself and then think you can go and talk to a girl. That's not how it works like that. You have to understand women, understand what they like, understand what it entails to and it took me a long time to learn that. Pastor Bendover will tell you I sucked very, very badly. I was terrible, but I learned it. I understand the art of it. I let rejection become my friend. And next thing you know, I started to get numb to the rejection to where I got it. I learned it. And I'm really good at it now. But it did take that. So I just wanted to add that up.
It just sounds, sounds like, it's just like what you just said. Basically, it's what females feel about men. Except for sometimes, a lot of times for women, we can doll who we are. You know what I mean? And that's the problem. Like as far as females go, because we're like, okay, and I think we said this earlier, Miss Pastor Bendover. That sounds like you have to vet your woman. You know what I'm saying? Whoever you're going after, because a lot of women don't know how to be their self in front of men because they're taught, oh, you cross your legs. Oh, don't you burp in front of a man. Don't you do this. Don't you do that. So a lot of us suppress who we are so that because that's how we're supposed to keep a man, or that's how our mothers and grandmothers taught us how to keep a woman and how to go on about it, other than just be ourselves. And maybe we'll find somebody who we can be ourselves with instead of hiding who we are. You understand what I'm saying?
Well, see, the biggest problem with me is everybody's going into situationships with hidden agendas. Most of these women now is everything's just social media type shit. It's like, you got to understand, it's like it's with 3 to 5% of men who you're going to find in just 6-figure type money. I don't know why all these women think all these niggas with making 6 figures is just walking around all day 6 feet tall. It's like big dicks and big cars. It's like when a woman explains what she wants, it's nothing wrong with trying to get what you want. I have no problem with that. But sometimes you have to be realistic.
Right.
What you're looking for. Now it's like, okay, and what you're looking for, what makes you qualified to even get with that person?
It's the programming. Yeah,
it's the programming. Now, TV, social media, and all that shit is a motherfucker, man. You know what I'm saying? And so it's a very small percentage of these men out there, and I kind of feel that same way just with trying to find a decent woman nowadays. You know what I'm saying? It's like even with trying to find a decent woman now, it's like now you may have to lower your standards to somebody, like, you know, she may be Celia off Color Purple, you know what I'm saying? Some shit, but she a good woman.
If we were to evaluate the situation, the term nice guys finish last, right?
We do.
That term means for me that the woman, and I'm just generalizing, I'm not saying everyone, I'm just saying for the most part, that means that the woman at her best doesn't want him. When she's at her peak, when she looks her best, she doesn't want him. She wants, you know, us being grown up to women want rather older guys, whether they're, if you're from the hood, they want some of the gangster dudes that has nice cars, things that they see is a value at that age. So then they end up a lot of times getting pregnant young. A guy like me, they had no interest in a normal average dude that's a nice guy. They don't have any interest in that. And then at a certain point in time, where they've kind of been humbled, now they want the nice. Called nice guys finish last, because they get the girl when she's not at her best, but maybe at the most where she has the most baggage, and that's how that normally happens. But why is that?
It's like that a lot. And what women have to understand too is this: women choose who they sleep with, and men choose who they want to marry and who they want to be with. You know what I'm saying? And so, like you say, with the humbling stage, you know, it's funny how life turns around. It's like that same girl who you saw in high school you trying to talk to, she didn't want to fuck with you. Oh, that's you now. And you looking at her like, well, damn, bitch, you living in a project. You got 3 kids, 4 baby daddies and shit. you know what I'm saying? Like this shit happens. Go ahead.
I'm just saying she'll be down to get with you at that point.
Right. And then it's just about just some coochie. And I'm gonna just do it just cause, you know what I'm saying? And shit like that.
I think it's like it's your mind frame. I was just talking to J9 about this. I said, now that I'm starting to look at men on another level now, like they're not just penis. You know what I mean?
Hey Beverly.
And because for a long time it was just like, okay, he's gonna bring this to the table, but you know, I never started looking for no man like, because I always made my own money for one. I've never had no dude come in and take care of me, and I've never been impressed by what you have. I've always been impressed, like if I want you and you turn me on, let's, you know what I'm saying, we can chill, and if you got good conversation, we can chill for a minute, talk, and then it's gonna leak because I must be sexually attracted to you. You know what I'm saying? So you have to change your mind frame and start vetting, like just like you have to vet women, we have to vet men. Like you have to literally get to know people. People don't take the time to get to know. You know, don't nobody take no time or have patience to get to know nobody anymore. And that's the problem. There is men out here, because I've seen it, you know what I mean? But there's not that many men who are going to take you out on dates, who are even willing to wait a month because they're going to move on because the next bitch Keisha is going to open her legs. You know what I mean? So right. It is what it is. What it is. Like
so my question is this, Brandon. My question is this. Now you got me asking my relationship.
Say,
huh? Oh, my bad. So my thing is, Brandon, how when you whip somebody, right? How do you determine, like, how do you know when something is real? Like, because I have a real problem with, you know, previous shit getting like, damn, because people say shit all the time. You know what I'm saying? They say shit. Motherfuckers say they'll love you real quick and all that shit. They don't give a damn about you. How do you get to the point to determine, like, is this really real or am I just being stringed along? You know what I'm saying?
You got to go through situations. I'm sorry.
Say that.
It's a very difficult question because people, like I said, nowadays, compared to how it used to be back in the day, it's just not the same. Like my parents are still married to this day, whether they're happily married or not, they're still married. So that was the example that I do have. But the relationship dynamics is not even close to being the same of how it used to be. So to find a woman as a wife, there's so many things that entails. And yes, you are correct. It does take time. You can't just meet someone and think, oh, you know, this is what it is. I'm attracted to her. She's a nice girl. And just after a few months, for me, that's not enough. I have to know you. I have to have experience with you to know I can trust you. And I'm not going in accusing you of doing anything, but I gotta know you're going to be loyal to me. And how do you know that? By you got to take time, you got to spend time with that individual and learn that individual, and then understand your red flags. When you realize and see that there's a red flag, most people ignore the red flags. No, that's a red flag, and I can't deal with that. I don't want to deal with anything like that. You literally have to be that way, because if you're going to get married to someone, that should be it. It should be where you're going to be married to them, and it's over. There's not going to be anybody else. And if you're going to have it like that, you really, really got to make sure that's the one. She's loyal, that she does what she says that she's going to do, or vice versa. He does what he says that he's going to do. They want to spend time with you. You guys can communicate well. You can talk about different things. And once you have that, then you can get to that realm. Obviously, you have to be equally yoked. You have to have the same beliefs system and that type of situation. But
watch their environment too. Watch how they are with other people. Watch how they are with their parents. Watch how they are if they have kids, with their kids. Just watch them. You know what I'm saying? Like, people, like, for real, because you can't stay fake for too long. You know what I mean? And definitely, if you're dealing with somebody and you feel like, oh my God, this is the one, definitely consult with the higher power. You know what I'm saying? Ask for, is this the one for me? Blah, blah, blah. A lot of people don't even do that no more. And to me, a lot of men are are visual creatures. So they're gonna go after this fine ass woman, and they're gonna let her get her way, do what they gotta do to get with her. And now you done basically did everything that you wouldn't do if you were in a situation and you were already happy like if you already had her. You do all this extra stuff to get her. So now you got to keep doing it. So you're unhappy. And then when you fall off, then you're going to see how she is. If she's superficial, if she's this. And the one thing that I tell my brother, like if a woman come with her hand open, she ain't for you. Right. Like, period. If she's asking for Louis bags and all this other stuff, she's not for you. She don't want to spend time with you, because the average woman, if they really feeling you, all they want is your time, your respect. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Like, I don't care if you take me, if I'm feeling you, I don't care if we go walking in the park. I don't care. It could be like something small. I don't care if we sit on the phone all day. That would be a great day. Like, as long as we got something to talk about. You feel what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people, a lot of women, and I'm sorry, it's a lot of superficial women. If he don't make this amount, if he don't this, that, if he don't that, and then they wonder why they're not happy, or they wonder why they have to cheat, because you're there for his money. You're not even there for him. You understand what I'm saying? So, and men need to recognize when a woman says, when a woman hand is out, can you pay my rent? Can you this? Can you that? You need to know. Yeah, that's a red flag, unless that's what you want. You want a woman, because there's a lot of men that says they don't want independent women, but then it's like they contradict themselves.
Uh-huh.
But you don't want a woman that's like dependent on you. I don't get it. So which is it? Do I need to not work, or do I need to go out and get? Because y'all asking me to bring something to the table. Then y'all ask me, well, we don't look for women to bring that to the table. I want to take care, huh?
Well, I'm gonna say this from going
if she has somebody the first time you meet, get rid of her.
I'm gonna say this, and I got one more question. We kind of over time, and I'm gonna ask Brandon a question, and I want y'all to answer it too. It's gonna be the same question, but I want it from a man's perspective first. But check this out. To me, I feel like the average woman doesn't know what she give a woman everything.
Start over.
Everything. Oh, I was froze.
You froze. Yeah.
Okay. I feel like the average woman doesn't know what she really wants. She has an idea and thinks she knows what she wants, but when she gets it, she like, damn, this is not what I thought love was going to be. This is what I didn't think this was going to be. So you can have a woman. That's why women be with an NBA player or some shit, have everything they motherfucker want and still divorce the motherfucker, whatever the case may be. Or it's like when you deal with a woman, you have to wear so many hats as a man. And that's just with the woman. That's not with outside activities and being a father. You have to be on your toes to keep a woman happy all around. It doesn't take much to keep a man happy at all.
It doesn't take much to keep a woman happy.
We don't require much. I didn't say some women. I said the average woman, it takes a lot to keep them happy. Women get bored real quick with shit. That's like you can buy a motherfucker a purse and they be right next minute they want something else. It seems like most women are not content and satisfied with the situation that I've dealt with. I'm not saying everyone, but it seems like most women are like that. I know plenty of y'all know, like, damn girl, you got a good man. He doing this, he doing that, he doing that. But the nigga, he's just a good guy and shit.
And trust and believe 9 times out of 10, that girl that I know that got that good nigga ain't shit to that man. You understand what I'm saying? So it's all about, and I'm gonna say this like 1,000 times, it's all about who you give your time to. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't understand. Like, how do you not? Okay, I've been with assholes before. Okay, so I get it, but I would not allow myself to get with another asshole and play myself. You understand what I'm saying? It seemed like men fall for the same type of woman and keep getting played over and over and over again, instead of try a different approach with the women that you mess with, or try another type of woman, because there are good women out here, and there are women that is very easy to please.
I got a question.
Every time you say it's hard for you to please a woman, you always say, if I buy her this bag, she wants another bag. Okay, so she's happy with what you do for her, instead of y'all being on a same frequency.
That was just an example though. But go ahead, Bree. You got something to say, J9?
Most
time. Oh no, go ahead.
I'm gonna shut up. You hadn't spoke. Go ahead.
Half the time, between the ages of 20 and 40, women don't know what the fuck they want. You know what I'm saying? That's just real shit. Because until I went through some shit through them 20 years, and now where I'm at, I know what I want. You know, back then I wanted the nigga to have this, you gotta have that, all that. No. But going through some shit, through them rough times, through that, the vows, that thick and thin, when you start going through some real life shit, then you realize, you know what, I need this, I need that, and who you was with may not be who you gotta stay with anymore. Because now you understand some shit as you done went through life. I done fuck this hoe, fuck this nigga, fuck that nigga. I did this shit, I did that shit. Now you 40, now you know what the fuck you want. Now you've had time to reflect on shit. You know good from bad. You know, she used to look like this, but she ain't got, you know what I'm saying? You can start chopping down what you want, and then you can manifest who need to be in your life right there. I've learned a lot. I was married for a short time, but I learned a whole lot about me and what I need to change in me, period, for my long haul now.
So the thing about that is that
long haul.
It's like at that point, it's because men are visual first, right? That's the first thing that we look at if she's pretty, and then after that, how she is, her being respectful, all that other stuff goes into place. But first off, we have to look at the attraction. If we're not attracted to her, then we're not going to move to the fullest. But let me just say, most guys can't get girls. Most guys, if they get what they can get. Most women want a particular type of guy. He has 6 feet and taller. He has to have all this amount of money and all the car, good looking. For the most part, when that's what most women want initially, before they get the drama and all the stuff that goes down to where they're, as I say, they're humble. So then they're like, oh, now I want this. Yeah, but at that point, the guy doesn't want you. And it's like a misconnect because technically, would you want your son to be with a woman that already has kids if he doesn't have any kids?
I don't know.
If you do that, most likely, if it's a guy that is relatively good looking, he's not gonna go that direction because he wants a woman that doesn't have that. He doesn't want to deal with another person's legacy. There's so much. I'm not saying that they won't, but most guys, if you have options, you're gonna go with the best option that you have, and that's kind of what I teach. It's better, and I'm not saying to get married. At this point of what I'm gonna say, but it's better to date multiple girls, and you make your choice out of those girls which one you want to have seriously. Most women want men that other women want in the first place, anyways. They don't want to just have a man that it's
that's
just
funny because that's how men operate.
Hmm?
That's funny because men operate the same way, but I don't think that women like me. I don't want a man to where probably because I've been with men, and you get a man and all the bitches after him too, and it's just like, nah, I don't even want that headache. But men, like that's why you see so many trophy wives. You know what I mean? Because y'all want
men don't really care about
man want
her. If she's beautiful, he's gonna want her, period. But again, most times men can't get the girl that they think is beautiful. They just settle for whatever they can get. And a lot of women, they don't. It's a specific individual, and if they don't get to him, then they're willing to be single. And that is why it's a major difference now than how it was back in the day. As long as he was a man that was a good man, he worked, he treated me right, they didn't really care about the social stupidity of things. No one even cares about the building of it. Like a lot of these girls, you're not even anything yourself. It's not like you have a degree or you're doing anything, but yet you have these high expectations to get this 10% of a guy. It's not our fault that we're 5'8", 5'9", or whatever the case may be. It's out of our control. Basically have to have in order for them to be in a successful relationship until a certain point where they get it. They're like, oh, I've been humbled. This is not how it should be. And then you want that guy. But at that point, it's almost in a sense too late.
Right. Dante said something. I'm going to say this, right? I'm going to ask a question.
I would love a single dad,
Listen,
Dante.
You said that, right? But check
I
this out.
don't want no kids.
Why is it most men are willing to accept a woman with lots of baggage than a woman is with a man with baggage? It seems like it's more. It seems like it's more stepdads than it is stepmoms.
Because women have more options. If guys did not give women the attention that they get every day, they would be a lot more humbled.
Right. All because I'm coochie. Oh my goodness.
Okay. As a dude, okay, like me being in my 40s. So if I met a dude, let's say that, because there's men out here with kids, 5, 6, 7 kids or something like that. If I met him and he had the only way that I don't want him, especially if he got grown kids now, because we at the age where kids is grown. The only way I wouldn't mess with him is if he had no control over his bitches. I don't know how many baby mamas you got, but if you are a man and you have control over, or y'all got understanding where y'all respect each other and I'm respected and the kids come around and they're respectable, I wouldn't have no problem with that, because that's a man. He's a king. And like, all it is just proof that he was fucking. You know what I mean? A lot of us, we probably fucked just as much as he did. We just ain't get caught up with the kids. You understand what I'm saying? So have your house in order. That's all I can say. But if it's a situation where I gotta fight for my love with you, then heck shit, I'm walking the hell out, because anybody would, men or female. You know what I mean?
You see the red flags. If you meet them at first and they have multiple kids, and as soon as you find out that there is no control, then that's at that point, that's your control to say, I'm done, I'm out. And it's okay to do that. See, I even, like, on the opposite end, and I have a therapist myself too. Society makes a man feel bad that he will turn down a girl that he is not attracted to. It's like, you're chauvinistic because you want to have a gorgeous girl. Well, why can't I have a beautiful girl, and why can't she be just a cool girl as well too? It's almost very difficult to find a beautiful woman from the age of 20 to 30, 33, 35, somewhere in that range, where they're the most fertile. It's very, very difficult to find a beautiful woman like that isn't just about herself. And that's kind of like the challenge of that. It's very, very difficult, because again, of all the things they want ballers, they want all these things, and then they'll eventually realize that's not really what I wanted, but it'll be too late to get the guy that you really wanted, because the guy that you really needed to be with wanted the whole time, but you ignored him.
Right.
I guess he said some women get jealous of how real man treats his daughters, his kids, period. And if you got a woman like that, get her up out of here. Get her out of here.
Check this out. We got 7 minutes. We went way over. It's been a good one today. We got 7 minutes. Listen,
relationship. That's my thing.
Listen, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna ask y'all first, because I want to hear Brandon's opinion. What's if a woman come to you as a as a life coach for this relationship, right? And she says, I'm dating Mr. McCollum. What do you think is a good time frame? Even though I want to fuck him, but what do you think is a good time frame to give up some coochie to him? And so now I'm gonna ask y'all women, if you're dating the guy, what is y'all time frame? If you digging him, where you feel is comfortable, you know what? It's time to give him some pussy down.
Tonight.
Only your ass.
Right the fuck now. I want you, second.
If you can stimulate,
Brandon answer first.
I want his answer last. I want y'all.
When is it good to give up some coochie?
Yeah, if you're dating a guy and you liking him and shit like that.
And I'm really liking him. Oh, I don't know, because if I'm really digging him and I feel I see a future with him, he might have to wait a minute. Because I don't want to fuck it up with some sex. sex can fuck up some shit early on. You know what I mean? So if I'm really digging him, then I would probably say I would give him I would wear some holy panties or something. We'll try the 90-day thing.
My baby said 60 days. You might as well go 30 then.
Well, you know, if you got the right conversation and
I don't know, it's the connection for me.
It's got
Hey,
have
J9, what you say? What you say on the movie? Well, we have a good time, and he give me some flowers and take me to the movies. I give him some sweet love.
You know, I don't know how real I need to be, but
Out with me.
shit. Sometimes when shit is, you know, and then sometimes we be in that emotional state, so it would be good because yeah, be real. Okay, be real. I ain't gonna lie, I done probably smashed it in about 3 weeks. I had to test drive some shit. But you know, that was the old me. That was the old me. But you know, now trying to just think forward if I'm really feeling, because I got my feet in the pond right now, so I'm trying to hold off with this person. It's been about 3-4 months now, but right now the connection with everything is a little wavy in and out. You know what I'm saying? But he got one more time to cross my path, and he gonna get this ass.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Hey, I went 2 years. I went 2 years without having sex with one dude, and we was on the phone. We was connected like a mug every time. But the only reason why we wouldn't have sex is he swear he couldn't have sex with.
Hey, Brandon, you put your mic on mute, bro.
Okay, but go ahead. But we went 2 years and we still didn't have sex. You know what I'm saying? We got into an argument and fucked it up.
So the question is, Brandon, you are a coach now, and a woman comes to you, she says that, and she asks you, what is your, I want to know your manly, you know what I'm saying? Like, what would you what's good advice for her? You know,
2 days.
That's such a difficult question because it depends on where that person is. I mean, if it's a spiritual person, if it's a person, I mean, I would just say this. If I were to give like a generalized answer, because when it comes to the Steve Harvey waiting for 3 months, all of that can be basically fake. He knows that you're not going to let him hit. And then once he hits, then he could be done with you because you're going to let him wait that whole time. I get what you're trying to do, but I don't think that necessarily works. I think it really depends on the vibe that you guys have. Even if you have a good vibe on that first day, there's been times where I hooked up with girls on the first day and then later on end up having a relationship with her. I met one of my ex-girlfriends. It was actually the second day that I hooked up with her, but we were on a cruise, and then we were together for 4 years. I was going to marry her at some point.
That was some good pussy.
I thought it was cool. It was cool.
Cool.
I'm trying to play it down because y'all don't have some rocks and bumps.
Most times, wifey material females don't have the greatest pussy. It's more those girls that are bad for you, and they got that pussy that will make you.
That's facts. That's facts. That's facts.
Oh, that's facts. I love me. I love when you're wrong with the right dick.
Hey, before you keep going, Brandon.
I had a one night stand and stay around too long.
Hey,
yeah,
see,
the best sex always come from people who are not good for you, dog. That's facts.
He's still standing.
If I don't let him hit within this amount of time, that's not really how it works. Just like how I say when people say, "Oh, I don't want to go to clubs or bars because I don't want to meet," these type of people are bad there. No, what you tell me a place where there's a place that you physically go there and then you're gonna find your wife and it's gonna be successful. There is no specific place that you can go to clubs and meet good people there. You can go to church and meet bad people there. It's that necessarily. It's the vibe and connection that you have. So you have that vibe and you have that connection. If you're both on the spiritual tip, so you guys both like, we don't want to have sex until we get married. If that's your vibe, then that's what you'll do. But it's not a set time where it's like, I'm gonna let him hit to where our success of our relationship is not gonna work. Are you just
what pisses me off is when you do wait and then you get the dick and it's whack as fuck and then it fucks up everything and you like ghost.
Right, you got. Or that's why they got hurt to Enterprise. Go test drive that shit before you buy that motherfucker.
Well,
shit.
If you're really good at what you do, then you should be able to train them.
I don't got time to train. I'm 40 years old. I'm 41 years old. I got time to train nobody.
I've been that boot camp bitch. Mold them, train them, and send them on their way though.
Boot camp.
Listen,
boot camp a few.
Hey, Kiki. Listen, if you like him and he ain't packing, just have you go to Amazon, order you an extends. So if he ain't packing, tell him to put the extends on that dick. You know what I'm saying? It'll make him a little long.
It ain't even about that. It ain't even about that whack dick. It don't matter. Like, I had some good small dick, and I had some good big dick, and I had some whack small dick, and I had some whack ass. You know what I'm saying? It's just sometimes it's all about the rhythm and how you do shit. Like, you could get turned. Like, they might kiss you, and it might go all wrong and shit. You know, some people just don't have that good sex.
They don't got good sex etiquette.
Yeah.
You can't just come in and pound it from the back. You know, you got to.
Oh, no, you can come in and pound it from the back.
Yeah, that's always a bonus. You know, and grab the neck. You know, pull the hair, all that shit.
Spank me.
I will.
I'm sorry.
I want to ask you. Okay, from 1 to 10, how good are you? How good are you at giving head?
Woo! It depends on the dick, but I'm gonna tell you, I'm like a 12. Fuck that, I'm off the scale. So,
well, I'm gonna say I have a motto. I have a motto, and I used to always say, "Good pussy will get you an apartment, and good hair to get you a house." So the last nigga I fucked with, he put me in a house.
Okay. So would you say that?
Wait, because I ain't got no good head. Then hold on, I take it back. Take it back.
Kiki got a scooter for her birthday and shit.
I got little rolls and shit for about a
my last question, and I gotta head out. But so when you first started, what were you? What was your number?
Yeah, -1. The fuck, I ain't know shit I was doing.
You were terrible. So it's experience and someone teaching you, don't do this, don't use teeth, don't do this, don't do that. So where you've
I learned how to watch on porn, like Pornhub.
You could do the same thing to a guy that's terrible. He doesn't know, or maybe no one's told him, hey, bro, you got to do it like this. But you may not have the patience to want to do that.
Well, you know, right now, no. You know, that's why I'm focusing upon me right now. Right now, no, I don't have it to do that right now.
So I gotta be a teacher.
You gotta be a teacher. I mean, in most cases, you do.
Right.
Right now, though.
But anytime I come on, if anyone has any questions about this stuff, I'm really good at this.
Oh, yeah. We get ready to put it out right now. Listen, we can go ahead and we about 2 minutes over, but then we said 30 minutes, but I ain't gonna lie.
This was amazing. I enjoyed that
deep throat conversation.
It was very deep in the throat. It was very deep in the throat.
I'm gonna say this right now. Listen, that's my motherfucking best friend down there, man. We've been through the trenches down here, man. We've been through it all, man. Listen, any of y'all need some relationship coaching, man, holler at my dog, B-Mac, Brandon McCullum, MCCULLUN. Check him out on Facebook. Or whatever the case, holler at him. If you don't get the information, holler at me. He can give you some good motherfucking information. And he's into filming too. So, hey, production and all that shit. So, if you need filming, production, videos and all that shit, this the motherfucker.
She said porn.
Well, hey, he can do that too. Shit, he can set up for that too.
Since this my motherfucking dog at the bottom here. Right. She a truck driver / pimp stress. Like, I go to her school all the time. Like, I be like, girl, tell me what to do with this motherfucking dude. I don't know, dude. She be schooling me straight up. You see, she got a house and I got a scooter. You feel me? So,
Y'all stupid. Hey, but go ahead, man. We getting ready to check up out of here, man. Anything y'all want everybody knows, go ahead and say it, and we can get up out.
Oh, my business is coming back this month, so Road Candy will be back open.
Gotcha. Anything you got for us tonight?
For the new year, some pimp shit, maybe.
Oh, yeah, it's gonna definitely be a lot of hoeing going down. You're right about that. It is definitely that.
I guess. Anything you got for us when we get up out here, B-Mac?
Just grateful to be here. I've got some great people here too. I hope everyone has an amazing 2023 year, productive year, and And blessed you.
That's what's up. What's up?
With lots of stacks.
That's what's up. What's up?
With lots of stacks.
Hey, for everybody who tuned in, man, hey, holler at me on my inbox. I ain't seen no shirts out in a while, man. I'm gonna press some shirts up. Y'all come fuck with us. I'm gonna send some shirts out. I'm gonna send some
Bleach.
shirts.
I bleach my.
You sure that's bleach?
Yeah, because I need some. I wish this was. It'll be all over the place.
All right, man. Appreciate y'all coming to fuck with your boy, man. Me and Kiki, we are your fucking hosts for Deep Throat Conversations. And if you don't do nothing, keep that motherfucking throat wet, bitch. Huh?
Keep a 9 on your hip and the Jimmy on your dick. Hey.
All right, well, I appreciate y'all. Yo.